All right, this is Celebrity Star News, the new show that I'm hosting every Friday, usually at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. But you know what? I went to the gym tonight and I stayed there a little too long, so I'm a bit late, but I'm sure you won't be upset with me. So I'm very excited to be here tonight. And let me play a little video first to launch the show. First of all, I have to click on the button. Here it is, and okay, here it is. I can put it if I understand. Okay, I hope you're here with me today. It's great to see you again. Like last Friday, we're going to be talking about a lot of different celebrities tonight, and I think this is what I wanted to play. Okay, let's play it. Okay, I have to play it. Okay, this is Celebrity Star News, this new show that I'm hosting every Friday. My name is Raphaël Pathé. I am the world's medium. And what I like to do every Friday is to talk about celebrities that died or celebrities that are still alive as well. And the idea is to define, for the ones that are alive, what's going to happen in their lives, and for the one who passed away, it's an occasion for us to reconnect to their vibration. So tonight we'll be talking about different guys, different men, like super famous celebrities that passed away. They died too soon, and maybe we have some questions to ask them. So I'm going to try to reconnect with their spirit and channel what they have to say. At the meantime, you can absolutely call me on Zoom at this number. It's right there, 1-888-788-0099. Then you type the ID number of the show, which is 323-304-0101. You can see. And then you can talk to me live. And I'm going to channel these celebrities, and then we can see what they have to say. And maybe you want to ask questions because you love them so much. They were so famous, so amazing, and created so many good things on this planet. So you can type in messages as well on YouTube right now. And of course, I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RaphaelPsychic. You can also win a psychic reading, a private psychic reading with me of a $80 value. So it's important to subscribe because that's a chance to win. And then let me play this other little video thing. I should definitely hire someone with me. That would be much more fun and much better. So let me see. Okay, that's what I wanted to play now. So So this is Celebrity Star News. Once again, my name is Raphaël Pathé. I am the world's medium. I have been a medium since I was a little child. Basically, I could see spirits around my parents' house. And when I was 23, or I think I was 24, I met a ghost in my parents' beach house in France, and that ghost was really upset. And I really understand that day that the fact that I could see a spirit visually in front of me was definitely something that not everyone would. And since that day, it never ended. I can feel spirits, I can communicate with spirits, and then they want to tell me things. Sometimes they don't. But tonight, we're going to talk about the celebrities we just mentioned in the credit. The first person I want to talk about is George Michael, basically. So George Michael was an amazing artist. We all really enjoyed his voice, an amazing career. I'm just going to Google him a little bit just to see, you know, certain things about his life that I might not be aware of. So I'm just going to, I like to go on biography.com. There's a lot of really, really interesting biographies for celebrities that we like. So I like to check a little bit things that I didn't know. So I'm going on biography.com. I haven't done my homework. I went too much at the gym, I think, maybe. Who knows? So let me see, biography.com. And where is George Michael? So let's see, where is George Michael? I can't find him. I don't know. Here it should be. Okay. So let's see a little bit more about him. George Michael, what are the key things? Of course, he did all these amazing songs, you know. And so here we are. Okay, I got him. I'm a little bit slow tonight. I've hosted a show today at a little earlier on, and that was really, really exciting. Paris Voyance Live, a show in French. And now let's talk about George Michael. So the idea, you know, for me is very much to connect with his spirit. I have his photo before me, and then that could make things easier for me to connect and see what he wants to say. If he wants to say something, of course. And I want to remind you that you can absolutely, you know, type in a message in YouTube right now, on Facebook, or wherever you see that video. You can type in a question, and then we can see how we can connect with him and what he wants to say. I know there were so many fans of George Michael out there. I wasn't a fan, but I think his voice was incredible, and I really liked him when he did this. What was again like this music video with all the fashion models. I think it was called Freedom, or that was such a beautiful, you know, something you can't forget. So I'm looking a little bit at his bio. If there's something that we don't know that maybe we want to, you know, say. In '95, Wham made history as the first Western pop group to perform in China. So I didn't know that he was as part of Wham, and they did this first Western artist to perform in China. That's pretty crazy. And there was this album called Face as well. And okay, in '98, George Michael made headlines through this time, not for his music. Though this time not for his music, he was arrested for lewd conduct in a men's room at a public park in Los Angeles. So that was a little bit fucked up when that happened, I remember. And anyway, and then he did a comeback in 2008. And let me just see exactly when he died, because I completely forgot. Yeah, so it was in 2013. Yes. Yeah. No, he died on December 25th, 2016 at the age of 53. Okay, so I just wanted to just check that. For his death, many charities and individuals. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of, you know, revisit a little bit his life, because obviously I didn't know him personally. I remember he had a house in London. I used to live in London, and he used to live in Hampstead, if I can remember, from what I heard. I think he had a house, like Boy George had a house there as well, a beautiful area of London, in north of London. So now what I do basically as a medium, I started a bit slow tonight, sorry. Got my candle on the side, I've got my incense, I have my notebook here. So what I do, you know, it's like any kind of medium reading. I have my pen, I have my my notebook, and then I see what comes to my mind and what the person wants to say. So let's see if George Michael, who I'm trying to connect right now, what does he want to say to us, you know? So first of all, I want to say that there's a very, it's interesting, because the first energy I'm getting a father energy. So there's something like being a father. I don't know what connection he had with his father, but there's something about him, like, you know, that kind of speaks to me in a way. It's almost like, I feel like somehow in the world what he brought was this father energy, you know, this healing energy for people, maybe for other gay people as well that felt lonely and needed a father somewhere, and his songs and, you know, everything he expressed. It brought that energy, you know. He felt like he was responsible for people. He was responsible for everyone living here too. It's interesting because it's the same vibe as Lady Diana that I connected with last time, and who was very much of a, not a mother figure, but someone that really wanted to empower others and tell people to go for it. And I feel that George Michael somehow is a bit, yeah, like a father. I feel that men had a very a big importance in his family, how they had this power as well always, and how that's quite important to have a powerful father figure in your life. Everyone needs that, you know, to have a powerful male masculine image. So I feel that somehow he is still around, that this father for everyone. I think also what I'm feeling is that for people who feel lonely, you should play his music. That's what he's saying as well. All these guys out there, girls out there, people that feel lonely, listen to his music. You know, it's very healing. His voice as well was very healing. So it is a message for the people that are alone out there. This is the moment to get all the albums of George Michael out. Listen to them. He's very healing. He's with you. Somehow he's listening. I feel that, you know, whenever people think of him, he can hear it, he can feel it where he is, you know. It's like he's your father. It's very interesting. George Michael is the father of all of us. He wants to be the father for everyone, and he doesn't want anyone to feel lonely ever again. So once again, playing his music is definitely something that will that he feels will make people feel less lonely. You know, people especially have problems with their parents or with their father. So I'm seeing that energy. Also, I feel that for him it was very important to touch, you know, healing, hugging, touching. Maybe that came from his culture. I think he had a Greek parents, you know. I don't know if both parents are Cypriot or something like that. But it's very important that the touching, you know, touching, healing, feeling. I feel a fire as well, a fireplace. So I think he liked that too, you know, fireplace. The warmth of the fire in the fireplace is definitely something that he really related to. His family was very important. The father energy was very important. He feels that all the father out there should understand their children better and do not hesitate to you know, to get in conversations with people, try to see where they are going, what is wrong. There's nothing wrong with telling, you know, what feelings you have, what you don't understand. It's not because you're a man that you cannot discuss these things. You don't have to be just an image. You can also open up. So that's very much the feeling I'm getting from him. Somehow, you know, when I started to talk about him, I felt like he was dating this guy, and you know, and I don't know if it was his hairdresser or personal trainer, but he was dating this guy. I remember, so I wanted to see if there's something out there, if he wants to say something with this guy. I completely forgot the name, but I remember this is the guy that found him, and I forgot his name. Let me check what his name was because I completely forgot. Is it Kenny Goss? No, that's not Kenny Goss. Oh yeah, there's Fadi Fawaz, who was a celebrity hairstylist until the pop icons, yeah, until he died. So basically, I wanted to say something about Fawaz, yeah, what was going on between them. I feel that somehow this Fadi Fawaz person, you know, had a lot of personality. You know, he would a lot of personality. I feel that sometimes as well he could be a little bit hard on George. You know, there was something a bit hard about him. He could be tough on him. He could be hurting his feeling very much. I feel there could have been some physical things as well happening. So once again, that's just a vibe I'm getting. I don't know Fadi Fawaz. I've never met him. Maybe he's a wonderful person, maybe not. It doesn't matter. But what I'm feeling right now, I feel that sometimes he was a little bit hard on him, a bit tough on him. I feel like maybe he was a bit stopping him, or I feel something like that. It was not always easy between the two of them. It was a bit you know, it was a bit heated, if I can, I don't know if you can say heated, but it was, the relation was a little bit violent sometimes, a little bit too much. So it was like that. It was not always helping him. He was not always helping George, you know, with the issues he had. And then let's see. But I feel like George Michael, I feel like he's really well around, a lot of good spirits. I see animals as well. I see a dog. I see a cocker spaniel. I don't know if you can say that. This little red dog that barks a lot. I see that animal around him. So I don't know if he's had one, but I see him around being with this dog. I see Christmas being very important for George Michael as well. The Christmas, the tree, all the family together, the cakes. So I feel that he reunited with some people that he used to share Christmas with, and that crossed over as well. I feel that wood is very important as well in connection with him. Wood, fire, forest. Yes, yeah, there's something I'm feeling from that. The smell of the wood as well, the wood burning. So I feel that he's in a good place. He hopes he could help everyone who suffers and who's feeling lonely and who's feeling desperate about life and who's feeling like they don't have love. So I feel that he's very much this kind of healing a person now, I mean, spirit who's out there for everyone who feels lonely. So if you feel lonely, listen to George Michael's song, listen to his voice, and you will feel that there is someone with you. So that was for George Michael. This is what I felt. This is the channeling that I felt. If you want to type in a question on YouTube right now, you can. So if you wanted to see something, ask him something, have a question for him, from where he is, I'm a little bit lonely right now. So if you want to come in, you can type in a question. Of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Raphael Psychic. And then we're going to talk about our next celebrity that I feel it was interesting to channel tonight. So let me click that button. So we have a little bit of video, and I just remember the order. I can remind me the order of the celebrities we're talking to tonight. So let me reopen the little video. So of course it's Michael Jackson was the next person. And somehow tonight is a little bit strange because I felt like it was a bit strange to do this show. So I don't know if I'm going to feel some strange things, maybe from Michael Jackson, or that I don't want to say, or that I felt would be a little bit strange, So anyway, let's see Michael Jackson. I was really a fan of Michael Jackson, the music. Who isn't anyway? He definitely brought some kind of really cool beat, rhythm, shows. And even now, you listen to Michael Jackson's song, it's definitely epic. And it is something that I think we will use as an example in the year to come in terms of music. He definitely offered us a transition from disco, boogie to dance music, basically pop, dance, rap. Michael Jackson is in the middle. So let's connect. When he died, I remember it was in June, like years ago. I don't even remember exactly the date. Let me see on biography.com just to see. I want to remind you that you can absolutely, leave a message right now on YouTube. If you're watching the show, you can ask a question if you want to ask a question to Michael Jackson, because this is who I'm trying to channel tonight. And let's see a little more about him. Yes, he died in 2009, basically. Yes, so that's a while ago. It's a while ago. Okay, so I wanted to check that again. So what I felt when Michael Jackson was dead, to tell you frankly, that week actually, or that month, I remember I was born basically, and it was just very sad. I felt like he was such a sensitive person. What I felt was like someone as sensitive as a young woman, almost like a young girl. There was something very fragile, very sensitive about him, and you could really feel it in his voice. It was just very, very, very. It would make you very emotional. Some of his songs were really, you could really feel, how light he was, like a butterfly. So now let's see what I can connect with. So first of all, what I'm seeing from him, I'm seeing something like a forest of different flowers, colors. I see an amusement park. I see all these cartoons. I see colors. It's very soft. It's a lot of pink, light colors, and white. Everything is white. So I'm seeing that environment around him right now. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But I see a woman, I don't see a man energy. I see a girl's energy. I feel that this is someone that somehow, what I'm going to say is, right now there's a lot of people who are transgender, they're transitioning, or they're not sure, they're like man, woman, or mix. So we are more open now to other genres. It used to be man or woman, and now it's kind of a mix of, you can be whatever you want. You can feel like a bit of a man, a bit of a woman, or woman, a bit of a man, or you can feel you can be whoever you want, basically. And I feel that Michael Jackson somehow should have should he, if he had been born like in now, maybe he would have been a woman. I'm feeling there's I feel he was a woman in the body of a man at first, and then he did a lot of surgery, but I feel that deep down he did not feel like a man. He felt like a girl. That's what I'm sensing. I see a woman. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm channeling. He really felt like a woman. And also I feel like, with what people saw on TV, and the story that he had a bad behavior with children or with people that he would host at his house. He probably did, in the public eye, and also it is anyway forbidden for like a person that's over 18 to start playing with children, and this is definitely considered pedophilia. So, but what I just want to say about him, and that's not forgiving anything, but I feel that he really felt like a woman, like a young woman, with these children, and he felt like a girl. So he didn't really feel like he was a mean older man, because that's what he was, an older man playing around with young children, or just sleeping with them, or even if there was no sex involved. I mean, it was a weird way anyway to interact with children. You're not supposed to. Maybe it was ambiguous. Anyway, I'm mixing my words. But I feel that he felt like he was a little girl and or a woman. So somehow it's very interesting what I'm feeling, because deep down he felt like he was a girl, and these boys. I think that when he was younger, basically, it's quite interesting. He always felt like he was a girl, or as he grew up. And what he was doing with these young kids, children, is like him trying to recover the spirit when he was feeling like a girl, but had to be a man, appear like a man, or even with a bit of plastic surgery. And he could not experiment that experience when a girl is like a teenager, when she's like, I don't know, 12, 13, she wants to kiss the boys here and there and discover love. And I feel that somehow when he was older, he felt like he was basically got stuck at the age of a 13 years old girl, 12 years old girl, and he was trying to kind of reconnect with these boys, that she I would say didn't have, or he didn't, or she didn't have back then. And so there was something about that, him trying to recover what he was not able to live when he was 12, 11, 14. So that was the issue, by the way, for people who were wondering. That's what I'm sensing. There was definitely a girl element about him. And I guess that all this surgery was to cover that he was a man as well. I don't think he was very happy being a man, and I don't think he was very happy with his sexual attribute, everything. I don't feel that it was right for him, and so something was wrong. Something what didn't feel right for him. So that's what I want to say. It's funny because what I'm feeling is that he wished he had been his sister. He wished he had been Janet. So I just got that. He wished he could have been Janet, not the life of Janet, but that he wished he had been a woman, a girl, maybe another girl that was successful, and not him. So he was not happy being him. Was not really happy being him. He felt like he was a woman. He couldn't be a woman. He had to be this man with this strange surgery. That was, some of it was great, some of it didn't work so well, and yeah, he felt like a lost girl. But at the same time, that's why there's so much, when you hear him singing an old songs, it feels like it feels like it's a girl singing. I mean, to me, I remember when he died, really, that's really how it felt, like some young, untouched, kind of virgin girl singing. That's the energy, like yeah, someone really really kind at the same time, very, very kind. At the same time, I'm looking at his photo right now. I'm seeing something a little bit, what is the word? A little bit fucked up at the same time. I see something like some weird fetish. Sometimes it could be he wanted things a certain way, and it had to be that way, so it could be a little bit of a tyrant, if I can say, it has to be that way, and that certain way you will do what I say. So it was a bit dominant at the same time. I see something quite dominant about him, dominating, and wanting things a certain way, wanting to be seen a certain way, wanting things to be done a certain way, his way. Things had to be done his way. He was very, the word as well is that he was very spoiled. There's something about that, so spoiled, very, very acting like a spoiled brat. That's what I'm feeling as well. He was feeling that way. because he was like a child. He was acting like a complete child, like a young girl, young little girl. Basically, that's what I'm sensing. So now let's see what message maybe now he wants to say to the world, And I think the message I'm feeling from him is that if you are really, damaged emotionally or fucked up, or don't allow yourself to live life that way. You gotta fix yourself. You can't be that creature creature. You can't be like a creature like that out there in the world, lost in the world, because you could be a danger for people. You could be a danger to yourself. And if you feel you're unfinished, because this is how he felt, get some help. So I'm sensing that that's what he says. If you don't feel like things were finished for you, fix it. Go and see a therapist. Do not assume things are going to get better. They won't. And that's what happened to him. So basically, there was a very, very heavy psychological problem that he did not have the chance to fix. And I feel that now, if he was there, he would invest in that and help people, getting better, getting psychology help, and do not be abandoned like that in the world. That's really, really what happened to him. I gotta say, I feel a bit of a connection with him somehow, with what I'm telling you right now. That's a little bit personal, and I think it's interesting. But I did feel a bit that way, in the way, like my parents sometimes were not here for me when I needed them, and so I felt I left my house quite. I mean, I was 18, but I was an adult already. But when you're 18, you're still a bit young, and I started traveling the world and doing my life. But something was unfinished, so I can relate to Michael Jackson in that, and it took me years to fix that part that was not finished, that was not ready for the world. So being thrown away, thrown out in the world like that, and okay, now just make it happen, make it work. That's what happened to him, I feel, and he wished somebody would have fixed him or helped him instead of him having to do all that. So that's what I'm feeling. And I think his songs, him singing out there, being there, representing so much for everyone, was just, I guess, some hope. Again, be like George Michael in a way, like for all the people that felt unfinished, it gave them a reason to live as well and to hope. And I think that's what celebrities are here for. I mean, most of them, not all of them, but he was one of them. And I can say as well, I recall when I was, I don't know, 6 or 7, and I would listen to his songs, and it was so inspiring, and the style and Thriller and the clothing and everything was so inspiring. And I think it definitely gave hope to a lot of people that wanted to, to have an amazing life, and to some kind of guidance that way. So that's why he was singing. It was very important. Everything he done, was here for people to keep hope. It's a lot about hope, Always be hopeful that things will be better. He always hoped that things would get better for him. They did not, but he always hoped that one day he would feel liberated, and that he could just be himself. And but he was not. He did not have this chance. So it is someone that has been really used, very much, but that also was not ready for the world. So it was a little bit supernatural in a way. He was just not ready for this world. I feel that somehow he is going to reincarnate in a person that will help healing others. So maybe a doctor, a psychologist, but I feel there's a part that he missed, but there's also a part he learned during his life, how hard life can be. And now I think he's going to learn in this other life what you can, what you can do for people who suffer, starting with yourself. So I hope I was able to bring you a bit of guidance in terms of Michael Jackson and connect with his spirit. It's a very, very interesting spirit, I have to say. I think there's a lot to say. We could talk about it for hours. I might even do it again next time because it is interesting if you ask questions as well. So now I'm going to talk about the next person. So let me press play. No, I didn't press it. Okay, Luke Perry. So that's I mean that's slightly lighter, I mean we all knew him with this show 90210. That's 100 years ago for the one who were born, and then he appeared again I think in the He appeared recently in different shows as well before, unfortunately, he died. So Luke Perry, it's something completely different. I find it, it is not someone that I always felt, I love the show 90210. I think a lot of us did, especially people coming from Europe. It was all, that's why I moved to LA as well. I think this 90210 show, I used to watch it before going clubbing. I remember, and I was so depressed after watching it because I really wanted to be in Beverly Hills. And I wanted to be with them and eat ice cream in California. So I really wanted to be there, and it was really, really inspiring. So it is someone that a lot of people in Europe, that inspired a lot of people in Europe because of that show. So now I am in the biography because I don't know much about him. So I just like to read a little bit the biography. So he was, of course, American. He was playing Dylan McKay. I can see, yeah, that was his name in the 90s show Beverly Hills. And so he was born in October 66 in Fredericktown, Ohio. Wow. Landed his breakthrough role as a rebellious teen heartthrob Dylan McKay on Aaron Spelling's dramatic TV. Aaron Spelling is someone I would love to connect with, by the way. We might do that next time. On Aaron Spelling's dramatic TV series Beverly Hills 90210, in the years he has enjoyed continued success on TV. So that's why I haven't seen after that what he did. The CW drama in Riverdale. Yeah, okay, I get it. He was in Riverdale. And also, okay, so I'm just checking. There's not a lot of things. He had like a problem with his biological father. It was always tense until he died in the 80s. Okay. So I'm just checking a little bit movies and shows. Okay, it's not a huge biography, but okay, let's me get back to him basically because it's just me reading the biography. I want to see what I'm getting from him. So let's see. Let me see with my notebook what I'm feeling from Luke Perry. Luke Perry. Let me see what I'm feeling from Luke Perry. I definitely have this feeling of, this charmer, this person who's kind of charming everyone. So he was that way. He has this charming element. I think that's why people remember him so much and felt so bad when he died, because it is definitely someone who brought this charming element, basically. People like to be charmed. They like to be charmed by someone. Let me see my microphone. And so he had that thing in him, liking to, he could really make you fall in love with him. I feel it is someone who knew how to talk to you deep into your heart. And he had that ability of this, that kind of wisdom. I feel that he's had this ability for a long time, even, when he was younger, he had this ability to really tell you things that will touch you very deep in your heart. I feel that there was an old man in him. His soul was very old, much older. He was not a kid. And the father element as well was very important in him being a father, acting like a father. That was very, 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 very important as well, this father role. But the father that tells you what to do, I felt he was very like telling people, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. He felt very comfortable in that role, telling people what to do. Like some fathers sometimes tell you, okay, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. So he was like that. Let me see what I'm feeling. I have to say, I don't have such a great connection with him. I do feel something about him. It's about being masculine, being the man. So Luke Perry was definitely very, very happy being the man and very representing men in general. He was perfect in his body, in his person. That was just the right fit. I mean, Michael Jackson was not, but Luke Perry was definitely, thinking like a man, and there was nothing feminine about him. That's what I'm sensing. Let me see. That's all I'm sensing. I have to say, I'm not feeling much. I'm not feeling a lot from him. I'm just feeling this charming kind of thing, an ability to say things that will charm people and make people fall in love with him. I feel a lot of people were in love with him and were really, charmed by him. It was such a seducer. I'm feeling like this seduction, like even to me, I'm feeling some kind of seducing energy. Some people have that thing. I want to compare him to, I find that famous actress that were really charming, it's very I find that it speaks more sometimes than men, because women, the way they move, and like Marilyn Monroe wearing these tight dresses and lipstick and blonde hair. I feel Luke Perry was the equivalent as a man. He had this thing. He knew how to seduce. Like when we get in a room, I feel like people would really think, who's that guy out there? And I think they picked the right person for 90210, because he was a bit the charmer, and and everyone was like, ooh, who's this guy? And I remember all my friends, my girlfriends, all the people at high school, and gay guys, and everyone. And I mean, I personally, I did not feel such a connection. But everyone did, for sure. That definitely led him to this great success. So a charmer, who's out there, and his vibe is very much, I think he really wants to send a message to all the men out there. Use your charms, be a charmer. Don't forget that you have power being a man, and speaking out there, and speaking. Just use this masculine macho energy that you have, because you can manipulate the world and get the world to do what you need. So it's something about that. Do not be afraid to use that masculine energy, and just tell the world what you need, and use your charm. And I'm feeling this connection from him now, and I'm feeling that this is what he says. So for all the teenagers, younger guys who are not sure about themselves, just be conscious. Let this energy, this charming energy, come in, and use it, and abuse it, and just be a charmer. So I'm seeing that from him. So that's quite interesting. It's interesting, the contrast with Michael Jackson and Luke Perry in terms of spirit. It's a complete different. On one side there is Michael Jackson is like a girl, like in her dreams, and then I see Luke Perry, who's really like the man, grounded, feet on earth, and like seducing, and like, hey, I'm here. So I'm sensing that it's quite an interesting energy. And then we had George Michael, who we talked about earlier on, who I talked about because nobody's calling me right now, who was very much he's the father for everyone, and healing everyone. I feel that George Michael somehow would have been a good friend for Michael Jackson somehow, or like yeah. And yeah, very much I'm feeling that way. I don't know if they met or if they worked together, but I feel that they could have helped each other somehow. Maybe they are together out there. I hope they are. Okay, so then we have our final celebrity we'll be talking about. I remind you what we're doing tonight. My name is Raphaël Pathé. I am the world's medium. I have been working as a medium and a psychic for the past. Actually, I have been a medium and a psychic since I was born, but I've been working as such since 2011, when I developed my activity in LA. I lived in a house that was haunted, and then I met a psychic called Michelle, close to Vine. That day I was just very tired. I was very upset. Things were not working the way I wanted. And she told me, you know what, things are not working the way you want, because you have to use your skills now and help people, and not always be too focused on yourself. This is how I started to offer tarot readings and medium readings. And then my gift started to be much deeper, and took much more importance in my life since then. And I'm here tonight with you for Celebrity Star News, where we're talking about celebrities that crossed over, try to see how we can reconnect with their spirits. So we talked about George Michael, we talked about Michael Jackson, we talked about Luke Perry, and now we're going to end up with Prince, of course, who was Gemini. So Prince was just a very, very, very interesting person. I watched his bio or something, Hollywood Stories on TV recently, so I saw more about his life. It was very, 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 very complicated, very difficult life in a way. He kind of ended up alone as well. That was very difficult. It was hard for him to express himself, very difficult for him to talk, to speak. He was always scared that people would make fun of him. He had a bad experience when he started his career, and he came from a family that was very hard with him as well. So everything was very, very, very challenging. I mean, you probably know as well. So Prince was Gemini, two sides. But let's see a little bit what he wants to say. What is the message from him? Because obviously we all know his songs, we all have heard of him. But let's see what comes from him, what he wants to say. So what I'm feeling from him, it's very interesting, because It's like, I don't give a shit about the world. I don't give a fuck about anyone. Be very free. Just do your thing. If you want to walk around in the street wearing one shoe and like a basket of fruits on your head, do it. It's very much a message of extravagance. Be extravagant, be the outsider. I'm feeling that from him. And fuck the world. So I don't know if you are saying fuck very often, but I'm really feeling, tell them to get the fuck, whatever, do what you want. And I think there's a message from him right now as well, in connection with what is happening in the world with the industry. I want to give you an example. By the way, I was trying to set up an experience on Airbnb for people to be able to participate to my readings, and to create something new. And then Airbnb told me, you cannot put your name out there, you cannot put your website to preserve your privacy. But I happen to be out there online. My name is quite known, and so why wouldn't I put my name? Because I feel like there's a guarantee of quality, or people can Google me and see, if I'm legit. And so I was just very upset. Companies like Airbnb, Google, YouTube, whatever, are just ruling the world right now. Facebook as well. They just tell you can't do that because you can't do that. It's like, who are you? Shut up, And I feel that Prince right now would totally do that. And I think he has done a lot of that in the past, during his life, just telling to people, you know what, give me a break, shut up. I want to do that. I want to do what I want, the way I want. And you're not going to tell me, because I'm super talented and I know how things are done, and I will not fit the system. The system will not rule me. So I'm feeling all that from him. I like his energy. I have to say, it's very Aquarius, I find, it's very much like Uranian, if I can say, because it's very much like do what you want, scream it out there, show it, show it, write it, express yourself. It's very much like this song of Madonna, like express yourself, but that's Prince now saying express yourself. It's really encouraging people to shout what you don't like, be out there, write it in red, in purple, in blue, and yellow. You got to write what you don't like. You got to speak it, be out there, get out in the streets, scream, vomit, whatever. I'm really feeling this very interesting energy from Prince, but it's like, do not swallow that shit. So, like everything that you're being told right now, and for some reason, I'm feeling like he didn't like the Kardashian. I don't know why, but I'm like this Kardashian thing as well. So it finds that it's crap. I have to say, it makes me laugh at the same time, but he was kind of laughing at them, or from where he is like, what is this? What are these people? So he didn't like that. He doesn't like that. Sorry, my dear Kardashian, he doesn't like you, doesn't like what you do. He doesn't like things, I feel like he didn't like things that were fake, He really needed truth in the contracts with the people he was with, and it was very hard for him to find truth, people that would not fuck him from behind, because he really felt that very much. And he opened his mouth a lot. I feel like very often he said what he felt. And it was very much like a fountain of truth. So Prince right now and his energy is out there to tell you to tell the truth, stop the bullshit, open the curtain. So it's very much about that. Be yourself, be what you want to be. Wear what you want, eat what you want, kiss who you want. If you love someone, say it. So I'm feeling really these amazing messages from Prince. I'm going to listen to his music again, because really this is very empowering. And he really was an outsider, his clothing, wearing stilettos. I mean, there's not a lot of guys wearing stilettos and dating women out there. And he's like, I don't care, So it was very much like an answer to all this very strict education he had. And he was like, you know what? Do not tell me anymore what to do, and I will help people to distinguish themselves, to stand out from the world, from the others, to be an outsider, to be unique. So it's very much very, very Aquarian message. Aquarius, the sign is very much about individuals and just be out there, be different, wear something different, and do not fit the system. And the system, the world is like a lot of different people, and everyone has their own opinion, personality, clothing, choices. And this is a moment to stand out like a big pointy crystal. Be out there. I want to see you and you and you and you. And he wants to see everyone out there. So if you are hiding right now, I don't know, let's say you live in Ohio or like a state that's not the most uplifting or creative or known to be creative, creative like LA or New York. So if you feel that way and you feel different, be out there, promote your own brand, promote your own vibe. You don't have to look like, I don't know, Kardashian, or you don't have to look like, you don't have to wear whatever clothes or Gucci, or it does not matter. If you feel unique, then you are. And you need to be out there and express it, whether it's in music, clothing, cooking, eating, screaming. But Prince wants you. It's funny because he really wants me to tell you that. He wants you to be yourself and express it. And do not, and if you fear something, face it. There's something very Aries as well about Prince, I feel, in terms of the energy. He's also, I see his shoe. I feel like if somebody gives you looks or whatever, just kick them with your shoe. just give them a kick, like get out. That's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting spirit. I feel that he wished he had been understood more, but at the same time, he wanted to be understood by a certain elite of people that feel special, extravagant. He wanted these people to connect with him somehow. So maybe he was a little too extravagant compared to what the trends of the moment wanted. They wanted something that was more that could really fit in the system. He did not fit in the system. He fucks the system. Prince say fuck off to the system. So I really like that because I totally agree, by the way. Prince, my friend, I feel like totally I'm going to listen to all Prince songs tonight because I totally believe, I agree with you, Prince. What I feel you're telling, fuck the system. If you don't like it, just say it. This is the moment for the revolution. Say what you think, wear what you want. If somebody doesn't like it, kick them with the shoe. That's really what I'm sensing. By the way, I am Raphael, the world's medium, psychic and medium. I have been basically I've been a medium since I was born, so I channel different spirits, but also I'm a psychic, so I use tarot, I use different crystals. It's a very exciting work, I have to say, because you get to meet incredible people all around the world, but also online, and it's a great way to channel with celebrities and to be able to meet them that way, even if they crossed over, unfortunately. So I can't meet them in person, but I meet their spirit. And we're now talking about Prince and his very extravagant vibe and the message to the world, which is be yourself, stand out. You're not a number, or if you're a number, you have a very special number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and letters and different alphabets. And so don't just be number 2 and number 22. You got to be all these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Z, Z, D, and different letters from different alphabets, from different countries, different dimensions. There's a lot of energy, listen to his songs. I feel like there's a lot of truth in it, and watch his story as well. I feel like it can be helpful for a lot of people. And do not imitate anyone. Imitating is the worst thing you can do. Do not imitate others, because when you do that, you are killing your own self by imitating, by trying to be like Kim Kardashian, by trying to be like Michael Jackson, by trying to be like Lady Gaga, who herself sometimes tries to be other people. You are killing your vibe. You are killing your soul. Find yourself, find your spirit, find who you are, find your brand, and just like spread it out there like a water pipe. This is my brand. That's what I'm feeling from Prince tonight. So it's a very, very exciting, very exciting spirit. Very, very interesting. It's almost like a punk spirit. When the punk people started in the UK with this huge colored hair, everyone was like losing their denture when they would see these punks. I feel somehow Prince is a little bit of a punk, like an extravagant punk that does things the way he wants and that did things the way he wanted, but that unfortunately ended up alone, because at the moment he could not. I think it went too far. He went so far in who he was that it was very difficult for him to find anyone who was similar to him, because there just was no people that could understand him, because he was so far away on this planet that nobody could meet him there, and so it was impossible. He got lost in that in some kind of way. Maybe somehow he wished, from what I'm sensing, he wished he could have maybe lived, the end of his life. I'm going to say something funny, but like as a farmer, or living like in a small little house with maybe normal people, smoking a cigarette sometimes, eating fruits and sandwiches, and wearing sandals and in the mud. And he wished he could have gone back to the source, to something more normal, more healthy. He was not healthy. I think he was taking pills for stress, or so he wished he would have had this chance to return to nature, just walking around with animals, and that could have helped him actually to soothe his spirit. So he wished he had this opportunity to just go back, return to nature, and get back to normality, which had that he would have felt less lonely than he did. All right, so that's here for tonight. I hope I was able to bring you a little bit of clarity, a little bit of, a little more information about these celebrities, because unfortunately, when they disappear, you can't talk to them anymore. Obviously, when someone gets on the other side. So, as a medium, I felt I was able to bring you a little bit of a vibe, a little bit of a vibration. I would love for you to comment comment this video, comment below, tell me what you think of it, what you thought of George Michael, what you thought of Prince, what you thought of Michael Jackson, if there's something you wanted to say about it, if there's any celebrities you would like to talk about next week. I would love to do that. And then next week we will talk about celebrities who are alive. So it's going to be different. I will use my tarot deck. And just like the first episode, we will be talking about celebrities who are alive. We might have some special guests as well talking. And that was Celebrity Star News. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.